Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video are going to be some tips that I want to share with you that you can use during your labor. So just keep on watching. I apologize for my appearance. It is Sunday lazy day for me. It's my family day, but I decided I wanted to do this right now since my baby is asleep. So let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about are relaxers. If you are in labor and decide you do not want an epidural and you want to try something else, if you're in a lot of pain, you can actually ask for a relaxer. The only downside to a relaxer is that apparently you do feel a little tired and sleepy. So that's one thing. It works for some people, other people don't like it. I did not want to try it just because people do say that you feel tired and sleepy, and I did not want to be feeling like that during labor because I was trying to be moving as much as I could during that time. Next thing I want to talk about are IVs. So I found out that you actually don't always have to have an IV. The reason that they give you an IV is just in case if during your labor you are starting to get dehydrated, they will give you those fluids so you won't be dehydrated. However, if you end up getting the epidural, then you're just laying there, your body retains all of that fluid. And even before then, even if you don't have the epidural, they usually give you an IV drip and you just retain all of that liquid. And it's just kind of fussy walking around if you're trying to labor naturally with the little thing. You have to walk around and drag it everywhere, so it's kind of inconvenient. So I found out that you actually don't have to have it. And what I did during my labor is when I got there, I told them that I did not want an IV, that I preferred a heparin lock, which is they actually insert the needle and it has a port so that if they end up having to give me a drip because I do get dehydrated, they don't have to poke my vein multiple times for different things. It's already there and in lock and in place. They also say it's good to have a lock in place because if anything goes wrong, they don't have to try and, get in your vein, because sometimes the blood flow doesn't allow that as easily. So if you do not want a drip, then you can ask for a heparin lock. Also, my nurse told me that sometimes you don't need an IV drip because you can drink water and they give you ice chips. So it's up to you whether you want to have a drip or not. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is breathing. So when you are in labor, this is the most common thing that people tell you to do. There's very different breathing techniques. I will link a video in the description box below, so it's just up to you, but breathing is a very good tip. Another thing that you can do during your labor is ask for a birth ball. I cannot stress this enough. I found out so many little things that you can do during your labor. There's birth balls, there's peanut balls. Ask for all of them as soon as you get there. They have plenty, that's what they're there for. They're there for you to labor however you find the most comfortable way to do it. And sometimes in the moment, because of our pain, we do forget to ask for those things. So ask for a birth ball. What you can do is sit on it alongside your bed and lean into your bed and bounce. As you're getting a contraction, you can find a rhythm to help you cope with that pain if that's something that you want to do. Also, the peanut ball is really good for when you are trying to sleep or take a nap during your laboring. They put it in between your legs to help, your pelvis not close off again. I also mentioned in my labor and delivery video, which will also be in the description down below, that I used it for when I was helping my baby drop down. I would lean into it. So that's also another way to use it. So as I have mentioned before, and if you have not watched my latest video, if your water breaks, they will be hooking you onto a fetal stress test constantly, just to check how happy your baby is and their heart rate. Usually those have wires. You have to lay in your bed and they'll wrap it around your stomach with a little monitor and you'll be able to hear it, and it's on a machine that will tell you the beats per minute and if you're having any contractions, the baby's movement, all of those things. But I actually found out that where I'm from, our hospital only has actually one wireless stress test, and bigger hospitals do have more of them. So if you're there and you want to walk around while you're laboring, if you decide, you know, it's not time for your epidural yet, or you don't want the epidural, just ask for that and they'll put it on your stomach and you're able to walk around the hospital and labor as you'd like. And you'll be able to hear your baby's heartbeat still and, you know, feel relief, and that can be on constantly. Another thing that you can do that I actually did was take a hot shower. They told me it's your bill. Use the water as much as you'd like. The heat helped me, you know, cope with that pain. So that's another tip for you. Another thing that you can do while laboring is if you have a lot of back labor, you can lean against the bed, and as you're at the very peak of your contraction, have your partner grab your hips from the back and squeeze them together as you're having that contraction. Another thing that you can do is ask for the bed bar. So it's a bar that will be hooked onto your bed, and you can use that to squat down and make your baby drop. I personally did not use that, but it is available for you. Make sure you ask for it if squatting is something that you want to be doing. Last tip that I'm going to share with you is actually during your pushing stage. When you're in your pushing stage, and we've all seen a couple of videos of people delivering their baby, you always see how they squish and they lift their head and they're pushing hard, and people usually have their legs.
But what about their head?
So that was one thing for me. I hated it. And out of nowhere, my mom came back, and as I lifted my head, she would lift the pillow with me and support my head so I wouldn't try and keep my head up in the air and focus on pushing at the same time. That is the highlight of my pushing stage. That's I keep on telling her every time I see her, that was the best thing she could have done for me. It was amazing. Make sure that when you're pushing, you just don't only have people supporting your legs. Make sure you have someone supporting your head. You will thank me later for this. I will have another video up soon exclusively for mommies, not for babies this time. That is my last quick tip for you. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more mommy videos. And don't forget to turn on that post notification bell so you know every time that we are uploading. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.